All right, we've talked about the grip of the knuckleball, the wrist snap or the lack thereof, and the release point for the knuckleball to be successful. Let's put it together with the whole arm flow of it to actually show you what it looks like. Before we actually jump right into that, there's one change that I'd like to make sure that you understand. This is probably one of the most important pitches, as well as for all of them, that you really learn how to not stand in there and grind the ball to get the grip, or that you hold it by the side there, because they're going to see it happen. At that same token, with a knuckleball, when it gets good enough, you can actually say, I'm throwing you a knuckleball, and they're at the mercy of being able to hit it. Some will, some won't, but with that much movement, by the time I actually ended up mastering it, that was the one that I always used to have fun with people when we were just picking up playing ball. I'd say knuckleball and let them see if they could hit it. So remember, with that movement, not knowing where it is, it's essential that you make sure that you don't grind it in there, or if you're just learning how to master it and you are using it for a changeup. Now let's put it all together. That changeup, or the knuckleball, used as a changeup, when you're coming through, you've got your power line, and I'm going to review this real quickly and real shortly for you. It's something that I've covered very extensively in teaching beginning pitchers and learning actually how to throw, but it's something that advanced pitchers always use as a reference, and if they don't use it, they're going to end up with some problems and have no guidance point. That power line comes right from the outside of my middle right foot, which is my push-off foot. If you're a left-handed pitcher, just switch foots, it would be your left foot. Runs out at about 5 or 6 feet out in front of me, and what I use it for is I go through my motion and I push out. My stride foot, which is going to be my left leg because I'm right-handed, is going to have that line run right through my toes all the way in there so that I have a reference, and that's going to bring me straight towards my intended target. Now, we'll go into how to throw or try to influence a knuckleball to go inside and outside, but I don't really get too detailed about that because we really don't know what the knuckleball is going to do if it's working well. I have my normal stride, and I'm coming through with my knuckleball grip, and I'm going to turn right here to the side for you so that you can actually see that little box that we talked about as far as the release point, but what my arm's doing. As my arm is driving or whipping down towards it, my hip or my release point, as it comes in here, I want you to notice it's going to sound, or people are going to say, hit your leg with your arm so that you actually know a reference point. I don't talk about that so much. It's just as my arm comes in and brushes my hip, this inside part of my forearm is going to almost use this side of my hip as a point. As soon as I hit that, boom, that's when I know I'm releasing all my fingertips off that ball. It comes in here, brushes, and that's when I know, that's my signal for letting go of that ball and pushing all my fingertips off. Lots of different times when I'm first teaching a young lady how to do this, and they've actually mastered the grip and the lack of spin from a short distance, and we're starting to put it all together, I will stand on this opposite side over here and actually put my glove in there just to tap it so they'll know right when their arm hits that glove, they're pushing all their fingertips off to carry that ball that distance with no rotation. We always used to joke about it when I was younger. If you think about the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, and the coyote always chasing the Roadrunner and Roadrunner just missing it, you want to feel like the coyote, that you're going nuts and going crazy, and boom, at that last minute, you hit a wall and all your fingertips come off at one time. So putting that all together one more time for a real quick review, I've got my grip as I drive out on my power line. I come out, and as I come right down through my release point, I hit that wall right here, and I release all my fingertips off at one time by pushing them off so that it has no rotation and floats up there. That's the knuckleball. Now let's move to two other pitches that are technically called changeups, and like I said, there's tons of changeups, and we could probably spend an entire time just going over changeups on a video, but I also want to move into the horizontal movement that will help set up all your different pitches that you might have mastered at this point in the rise ball and the drop ball.